Hello, and welcome to the American Academy of Research and Academics podcast, where we break down everything you need to know about research, education, and success as an international medical graduate. Today's episode is a special one, especially if you're currently doing or planning to do a research rotation in the U.S. We will be discussing how to use your research rotation to network into a residency interview. This is something we've seen work time and time again for our mentees, and we're going to break it down step by step. So even if you've never done a research rotation before, or if you're shy or new to networking, this will be beginner-friendly, conversational, and actionable. Let's get started. Let's begin with the most fundamental question. What exactly is a research rotation? A research rotation, in simple terms, is a structured period, usually lasting a few weeks to several months, during which a medical student, graduate, or international physician joins a research team at a U.S. academic or clinical institution. This team may be based in a university-affiliated hospital, a research center, or a clinical department known for its academic output. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that just volunteering? Not quite. Unlike clinical observerships or externships where you observe or participate in patient care, a research rotation involves active contribution to ongoing or new scientific projects. The typical tasks during a research rotation may include conducting literature reviews, which means reading, summarizing, and organizing previously published studies, assisting with data collection or data cleaning, entering or verifying information from patient charts, databases, or public datasets, statistical analysis, often with the help of software like SPSS, R, or even Excel, depending on your skill level, writing abstracts, posters, and manuscripts. This is where your writing and academic English really matters. Participating in lab meetings, case discussions, and journal clubs. You're usually supervised by a principal investigator, PI. This could be an attending physician or a research scientist, and supported by fellows, residents, or research coordinators. Now, most research rotations are unpaid. This might feel disappointing at first, especially if you've traveled far or have financial constraints. But here's the truth. What you gain in terms of networking, mentorship, U.S. experience, letters of recommendation, and potential publications often far outweighs the lack of a paycheck. In short, this is your foot in the door to the U.S. healthcare and academic system. Here's what you're really doing during a research rotation. You're getting your face known in the academic circles. You're earning credibility by contributing to publishable work. You're positioning yourself as a future applicant to U.S. residency programs. If you treat your research rotation like a real job, not just a checkbox, it can become the launchpad for your match success. Now that we understand what a research rotation is, let's dive into what your actual objectives should be while you're doing one. A common mistake many IMGs make is treating their rotation like a passive internship. They think, I'll just finish my assignments, and the rest will happen naturally. But if you want to maximize your chances of getting noticed, supported, and eventually recommended for a residency interview, you need to operate with intentional goals. There are 3 parallel goals you should always be working on during your research rotation. Let's pause here, because this is where many applicants either shine or fail. When we say networking, people often think it means walking around, handing out CVs, or asking people to recommend them. That's not networking. That's desperation. Real networking, the kind that leads to opportunities, is built on relationships. Here's what that looks like in a research setting. Say good morning to your PI, fellows, and coordinators. Every day. A smile goes further than you think. Learn everyone's names and use them. Hi, Dr. Smith is better than excuse me. Ask smart but respectful questions about the project. Be genuinely interested in their journey. Ask how they got into research. Ask what they're currently working on. People love talking about themselves. It builds connection. Do this consistently and you become memorable. Over time, these small professional interactions build trust, and people help those they trust. You might be thinking, but I'm shy, or I don't know what to say. Start with this. Dr. Jack, I really admire your journey into cardiology. What helped you choose it? I've seen your name on a few papers. How did you get started with research? You're not being nosy. You're showing curiosity and respect, 2 ingredients that spark connection. Now, let's say you're friendly. That's great. But friendliness alone won't get you a letter or an interview. You need to deliver real value. That doesn't mean you need to be a data analysis wizard or the world's best writer, but it means you submit tasks on time, early if possible. Take initiative. Don't wait to be spoon-fed. If you finish your task, ask for another. Or better yet, suggest one. Offer help. Can I assist with that reference list? Or would you like me to draft the first version of the abstract? When people see you're not just present, but invested, they start to treat you as part of the team. That's when things change. That's when the PI starts CCing you on important emails. That's when the fellow recommends you for another project. That's when the team thinks of you when a residency spot opens. This goal is subtle, but absolutely critical. You don't want to come off as pushy or overly self-promotional, but you also don't want to be invisible. You want to position yourself as someone who has passed their USMLE exams, is actively applying this season, has a genuine interest in U.S. training. Here's how you can communicate that without being awkward. Mention it casually during conversations. I'm preparing my personal statement for internal medicine right now. It's harder than I thought. Ask for advice. Dr. Lee, you've been through this. What do you think makes a strong applicant in this specialty? This accomplishes two things. 1. It puts you on their radar as a potential residency candidate. 2. It gives them a chance to guide you, which builds rapport. Remember, people are more likely to help when they feel involved in your journey. You're not just there for a certificate. You're investing in relationships, contributing to science, and signaling your readiness for the next step in your medical career. These are your 3 parallel goals. 1. Build genuine relationships. 2. Contribute meaningfully to the team. 3. Position yourself as a residency candidate. We'll talk next about how to put this into a week-by-week plan so you're never lost or passive during your research rotation.